How's it going, guys? Cody back again, dropping yet another video. Right, first things first, you amazing people. I have gathered, the other day I reached 2,000 subscribers. I'm now barreling down on 2,400. I'm currently stood at like 2,342. Not that I'm counting or anything, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Honest to God, right? Unbelievably blown away. New subscribers, thank you for tuning in and stuff like that. Very much appreciated. For those that have followed me from back in the day, keep your fucking cupboard stocked with ibuprofen. I could talk a glass eye to sleep and I could give ibuprofen an headache. You know that, I know that. Right, so I'm very grateful. My channel's growing. People are donating to my channel. If you want to donate to my channel or enter the competition, another book has arrived today. These are going to be signed by the author, Reformed Gangster Stephen French, with a little video message. The first 2 out are also going to win a prison mobile phone, and I'm going to give some black soaps to all those as well that enter and stuff. As it currently stands, there's another 3 on order, so there's going to be 8. 1 already reserved for a guy called Lee. He's put about 110, 120 pounds into my account in the last week. Top bloke. Doesn't like me mentioning his name, but I won't give his full name. Great guy. And then, like I say, it's just a little competition and stuff. Personalised message for all those that enter. If you want to donate to my channel or enter the competition, it's £1 a time. The more pounds you put in, the more, obviously, the more chances you've got. But as it stands currently, everybody that's entered so far, all about 7 of them, are all going to win something. So it's win-win. The books have cost me £10 a time. The black soap are going to cost me like £1 to £2 a bar. I'm going to get a couple of them. I'm just going to get a fucking load. And then also the Zenko prison mobile phones are going to be 20 to 25 quid each. That's another 50 quid. But like I say, one person will win a phone each. The first 2 out will win a mobile phone each, a signed copy of the book with a video message from Frenchie, and then some black soap. The rest of the people will win a signed book from Reformed Gangster Stephen French. It's a very interesting read, guys. The story of an underworld taxman, gangland figure, feared, respected, all that good stuff. So that's that, and then some black soap as well. So as it stands now, everyone's a winner. Simple as that. I want to reward you guys. You guys have shown a lot of support in me. The money's just been coming in this week. I'm probably like 150 quid or something like that. So I'm very grateful to you guys. Away from that, we're going to move on to grasses and stuff like that. Obviously, I first went to prison in 2014. I was 30, guys. Right now, I wasn't good for the fucking, from my teenage years up to the age of 30. I was doing all sorts, right? I was off my head. It was alleged that I was involved in machete attacks. I've been arrested for GBH with intent, Section 18, Section 20s, assault on police, threats to kill, witness intimidation, conspiracy to witness intimidate, conspiracy to kidnap, threats to kill, possession with poison to intent to endanger life, firearms, drugs, all this crazy shit, right? And like I say, that's not a bragging thing, guys. Don't think I'm bragging. Old me, don't recognize it anymore. Anyway, I was first hustled into prison in the December 2014 by people that we used to associate with. Now, they got my code D. They got him remanded into prison and stuff, right? That was him. He was down the river. No corroborating evidence, no forensics, no DNA, not a strand of evidence. Didn't happen, right? No forensics, no DNA, no call recording, no nothing. These people, guys, want the police protection. CCTV, fucking dictaphones near the fucking landline for the loudspeaker, call recording apps on their phone, right? On the night of, I think it was the 5th of December, they rang the police and alleged that I rang them for 20 seconds through a fake Irish accent. 3 other calls were alleged to have been made that night, which were recorded. My one, ironically, wasn't recorded. Why? Because it didn't take place, guys. So anyway, I was arrested by, I just put my football bets on in town, and a police van drove past. They must have recognised me. They jumped out. I got nicked. I got taken to the cop shop. Within the space of 12 hours, I was arrested, questioned and charged with no forensics, no call recording, and no DNA. Hustled into prison, guys. Went to Trafford Magistrates. They give me bail, but the CPS appeal, 40-hour recall, bam, prison. I knew that I was going to Strangeways that night with no evidence. Simple as that. No evidence. You can go to prison on holding charges. Like I said, I was remanded on I was remanded on a witness intimidation, on voice recognition. The fact that somebody recognised my voice allegedly through a fake Irish accent and stuck in a fucking statement. I ended up in prison. Now, it angers me that person, that family are scumbags, right? Police informing little muppets, right? That were used by the police and used by the CPS they put several people in prison. Some very good people in prison with lies and stuff like that, with no evidence. Fucking disgusting. And the police facilitated that. And that bad taste in my mouth will be there forever, guys. Like I say, this family were actively involved in criminality. The father specifically was getting caravans stolen around Europe, getting them shipped to the UK, selling them on for massive profits. He was looking down the barrel of a prison sentence. What did he do? He turned police informer and was gathering evidence on us. And we don't know how long for. That was the whole like fucking thing. But he was serving us up. He had a police handler. For those that know what a police handler is, he will have a direct mobile number for a constable, for a copper, for a pig, and he'll be feeding information to that person, to that copper, and he was getting paid for it as well. Like I said, he was afforded security, panic buttons, CCTV outside the house, call recording apps, like dictaphones and all this sort of stuff, guys. Protected to the hilt, right? And why? Because he couldn't face the fact that he was going to go to prison. So he made a deal with the police and the CPS. If you drop the charges against these caravans, or knock most of these caravans off, which brings it down to like a suspended sentence sort of situation, I will work with you guys, and that's exactly what he did. Police used him. He put several people in prison, guys. Dirty fucking tactic, right? And like I say, just because he was scared of prison, he wouldn't have been able to hack prison. Me, I was arrested for these alleged for this one alleged phone call. The other three weren't attributed to be made by me, but I was in the police station. I was the face. So they was like, right, Cody, a phone call to this family were allegedly made through a fake Irish accent for 20 seconds from this phone, this payphone on this road in Manchester. Was it you? Is there any reason that your forensics or DNA would be on that telephone? Me, went into interview, right? They was like, Cody, if you tell us who was behind these other calls, you can walk and they'll go to prison. It's a very serious charge, witness intimidation. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, well, before all that happened and stuff, I banged in a prepared statement. Prepared statement is 3 things you can do if you could. Well, you can talk, you can stay silent, you can drop a prepared statement, which is like you can sit down with your solicitor. Your solicitor will write down what you want to say. So simple thing out. First thing, deny the allegation. I was at home that night, which I actually was. And then as a matter of courtesy, I'll answer no comment to any further questions. Sign it, date it, bam. That goes in. And then, like I say, you can go no comment as well, which after I dropped my prepared statement, denying the allegation, they then was asking me, oh, if you tell us who's done it, they'll go to prison and we can arrest them and you can walk. My back's against the wall. I'm looking at a prison sentence, right, or being remanded on a holding charge with no evidence. They arrested me, questioned me and charged me in the space of 12 hours. Bam. Kept my mouth shut, denied me bail on the Sunday morning at 3 o'clock, kept me until Monday, went before Trafford magistrates because the allegation came out of Stretford, because that's where these police informing scumbags live. Got bail, CPS appeal, recall, 48-hour recall, bam, Strangeways that night. That was me down the river. Like I say, but by keeping my mouth shut, I live by the code of silence. You don't grass, you don't snitch. My back was up against the wall, right? I wouldn't grass, and I never would. I don't care if there was offers of money, if I'm looking down the barrel of a long sentence, right? Now, the only time I think it's acceptable to grass is if it's something to do with kiddie fiddlers or rapists, right? They're the only 2 things that that I think that grassing would be pardoned, because rapists and fucking nonsense, right? All these paedophile hunters do an amazing job. Would never call them a grass. But if you are in that criminal fraternity and you are moving in them circles, right? You should live by the code. The code being, you go in, you get nicked, whether it's on your own or you got 4 other people that have been arrested with you and all in custody. Go no comment. The police are shaking the box where they want the evidence from you. Live by the code. Keep your fucking gob shut. If you have to go to prison, go to fucking prison. Some people will comment and say, oh, that's a mug's game. Nah. You serve them up, you mention names. No, you fucking don't. For me, loyalty, for a lot of people, loyalty is just a word. For me, it was a way of life. I can look myself in the mirror every day knowing I've never grassed on anybody, I've never fucking stitched anyone, I've never named anybody. Like I say, it's as simple as that. I give you loyalty you'll only get from a dog. Now, I haven't got fleas, I can't drag my ass across the carpet, and I can't lick my own balls, but I would if I fucking could, you know that. Right? So like I say, it's just the world that you live in and stuff. And you know what, right? From the mafia to serious organised criminals around the world, criminal gangs, there's always a loose link with loose lips that sink ships, right? Like I say, you just don't do it. And it is For those that don't appreciate loyalty, you'll never know the true cost of deception and deceit, right? And being, like I say, snitched up and grasped and stuff. Like I say, if you're involved in that world, right, death is an occupational hazard. Prison is an occupational hazard. It comes with the territory. You can't then get in that position and then be on the line with 3 other guys and then be like, to your brief on the side, listen, make a deal with the police and the CPS. I will snitch them up. Queen's evidence, it's called. QE, turning grass. I will turn QE on these 3 to get an out, meaning he wants to walk. If the charges are against him are dropped, he will serve the other 3 people up so he doesn't have to go to prison. The 3 other people, tight lips, go to prison, serve your time. Get out. If you go to prison, if you're involved with serious crime and everyone's making a lot of money, right, and you go to prison for keeping your mouth shut, you will be looked after. Well, not in every case, because it does go on where people just get used and then they go to prison and then people just, they don't support them. Now, you go to prison, your lot are making a lot of money. Your boys can all end up in prison if the truth came out about what had gone on. You keep your mouth shut, you go to prison, you serve a fucking long stretch or a short stretch, you've gone to prison for your boys. Your boys will keep your canteen topped up, they will look after your woman on the out, they will drop her money, they will look after your family if anything comes on top, if there's any problems, if there's any issues. Make the family make a phone call to the boys will go and sort the problem. That's how it should go. Unfortunately, guys, even within the criminal underworld here in the UK and stuff, right, there are a lot of snakes in the grass. Some people... The ones that, like I say, there's a lot of snakes in the grass. It's a very dark, murky, fucking paranoid, violent fucking existence, guys. Like I say, paranoid, criminal sort of mentality and stuff. And it goes on. And like I say, there's no honour amongst thieves. There really, really isn't. And what I mean by that, by thieves, is like the criminal fraternity. There's a lot of solid people that would never, ever, ever, no names would ever come out of their mouths. You've got others that would squeal like a pig because they don't want to go to prison. And like I say, loyalty for me is a big thing. Now, some people say, oh, going to prison for for what someone else has done or something is a mug's game. That may be so, but live it. If you grass, don't be surprised if you end up getting fucking gunned down, attempt made on your life, your fucking family fucking getting terrorized and stuff, because a grass is a grass. If it's even like, if even someone calls you, people throw the word grass out there so easy, and because putting a label on someone, a grass, is like calling them a fucking paedophile or a rapist, right? In society, mob mentality and stuff like that, and vigilantes, it could cost that person their life. Because what? Because you want to call them a grass with no backup, with no finger. There are grasses out there. Look at Darren Grimes, right, from Liverpool. He served up John Ass and Curtis Warren, right? There's you just have a look on YouTube. Type in Darren Grimes Supergrass, right? There are a lot of people that turn grass for many different reasons. I mean, with Grimesy, with Darren Grimes, right? He had to get a new identity. They moved him out of the area. He was living in an old people's block and stuff like that because he broke the code. He broke the code. His son ended up fucking dying. I think his son died of a drug overdose, and these were all moving drugs around and stuff allegedly. And it goes on that way. And like I said, he turned Supergrass. And his whole life, he lives a paranoid existence now because he's under police protection. For what? For sticking a few people in prison and earning some dough. Like I say, for me and the people in Manchester, Salford, and up and down these cities and estates up and down the UK, loyalty means more than money. But for a lot of people, unfortunately for a lot of people, they have a price. And it's not fucking right. Like I say, it just... I can't, for me, like I say, if you're involved in that world and you get nicked, you've got to take it. It comes with the territory. If you get caught, if you get arrested for 50 crimes and you walk for all of them but one, or you get pulled in, or your boys and done something, oh, we allege this and blah, 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 and you're on the line for it, right? You've got to keep your gob shut. You've got to go no comment. Not because of, well, some people, for me, some people are like, oh, is it fear? Is it what? For me, it's loyalty. It's about loyalty. Right? Some people, unfortunately, in the criminal fraternity, you're looking out for them. Who are they looking out for? Themselves, guys. And it happening more and more. Grassing and stuff like that and snitching has been around forever and a day. It's not a good thing. I don't approve of it. I don't agree with it. It's a fucking horrible, dirty, murky, shitty world. But like I say, it comes with the territory. Death and fucking prison are an occupational hazard. It's prison. It's not a death sentence, it's a prison sentence, right? And like I say, you go to prison, you get more respect by going to prison and keeping your mouth shut than you ever would fucking thinking. Your whole existence, and if you grass on people on the outside, criminals know criminals, and a lot of people end up in prison and stuff, and then you're a marked man in prison, and you can't run away then and go on, you can't hide then in prison and stuff like that unless you put yourself on the numbers or something. You get attacked and you get fucking murdered. And if you grass in prison, you've got sweet grasses, you've got grasses, and like I say, grass is in prison, you can't run away then, you're on the wing, bam, you get fucked up. And people are paid with a life for grassing. And like I say, I'm down with that mentality. People will probably think it's an old school mentality. Abso-fucking-lutely. Like I say, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. It comes with the territory. So you sit down, you shut the fuck up, you go no comment, and you stop, like I say, you stop other people going to prison and have the respect to look in the mirror. Right, yeah, you might do 10 years, you might lose 5 years of your life, but you wasn't a grass. And it's all, some people will agree, some people will disagree. Interested to know what you guys think about the video, about what I'm saying and stuff like that. I'm trying to talk about my own case and like, while it's relevant to grassing and snitching and stuff, how I got snitched and grassed up. The only time it's acceptable to grass is when it's due to kids, sexual assaults, physical, like on kids or anything, rape, nonsense, stuff like that. Anything else, you keep your mouth shut. On that note, guys, going to leave it here. Like, comment, subscribe. Speak to you soon. Bye.